Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine training your whole life for a competition, breaking records, and still losing. But not because you weren't good enough, strong enough, or fast enough, but because your opponent had an automatic advantage due to their physical structure and their hormones. At the end of my speech, you can write a letter to help be a part of this problem. Be a part of the solution. This is relevant because as high schoolers, majority of us play sports or know somebody that's in sports. Hello everybody, my name is Addison Rosset, and I'm credible to talk about this because I myself am a female athlete and I've done extensive research on this topic. I'm here to convince you that biological males do not belong in women's sports. In a March 2025 article published by Congressional Digest, it says, conversely, Strub argues that women's sports were created to ensure fairness and opportunity for female athletes. And by allowing transgender women to compete in women's sports, the National Collegiate Athletic Association is putting women at a competitive disadvantage while creating safety threats. So this problem can be solved by writing a letter to Congressman Frank Mrvan, because if we do it, then all women's sports will have a chance to become more equal and have more equal competition levels. But if we don't, then the sports will continue to become more unfair as the rate of transitioned individuals skyrocket. Let's begin with my main point. The main issue is how it is unfair when biological males compete in women's sports. According to Neil Harden in a January 26, 2022 article published by Alliance Defending Freedom, it states, the expert report summarizes multiple studies from around the world that demonstrates the physical advantages makes experience in athletic competition. Additionally, these studies challenge the misconceptions that male physical advantages exist only after puberty and can be eliminated by testosterone suppressions. So male to female transgenders maintain higher testosterone whether they take suppressants or not, which will never be fair to any female. So according to Peyton McKenzie in a January 24th, 2022 article published by Liberty Champion, it says, if you go through puberty, you have all the benefits of having a male body. Even if you transition and reduce your testosterone, you're still gonna have those benefits. The bone structure, the slightly bigger hearts, more red blood cells, and the smaller pelvis. So therefore, a female athlete competing with a transgender female is always going to be a disadvantage. Here's a picture. This is a transgender athlete that competed in the NCAA. Shows for itself. All right. So secondly, this can be solved by writing a letter to Congressman Frank Mrvan. Writing a letter to a congressman can express a stance and informs them and can be the first step to justice. If all can exceed, then this can help by putting up a federal law by keeping biological males out of women's sports entirely. If nothing is done, then women will continue to feel defeated and be robbed of the already very small opportunity they have in sports. In an article published by Women's Sports Foundation, according to Gregory Brown in a June 13th, 2023 article published by National Review, it states, puberty magnifies the sex-based differences in performances with teenage boys and adult men, outperforming girls and women by 10 to 15% in running, 15 to 20% in jumping, 30 to 60% in strength, and none of this is owing to better nutrition, training, coaching, or motivation. Males have inherent biological advantages such as a taller body height, more lean body mass, more muscle mass, greater muscle strength, larger hearts and lungs, higher maximal oxygen consumption, and stronger bones than similarly and aged, gifted, and trained females. Here's a graph, and this is the women, and then this is the advantage that they have. So all of these sports, men will continue to have an advantage on women. So imagine, visualize athletes stepping on a field questioning if their dedication was ever really worth it. Many athletes go through hard, grueling practices and imagine if none of it mattered because you already know you're going to lose. Many athletes report frustration and decreased motivation when they seem that the competition is unfair. This can affect not only the person but the team, the performance, and the development of athletes from the youth age to the pros. So in conclusion, I explained why keeping biological males in their biological sex sport for fairness and physical differences. So writing a letter to Congressman Frank Mrvan will help you fix this problem. So just like in my hook, no athlete should feel overshadowed by factors they simply cannot control. We can protect the level of playing field everyone deserves by writing this letter. So within the next 2 weeks, I encourage you to go on mrvan.house.gov and write a letter. Thank you for your time.